¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Yo aquí bien. Mientras esperando tantito lo que comienza la Gamescom. Aquí está. Un ratito. Vamos a checar tantito. Uy, ya se me entró. Sí, ya. Ahorita inicio, ahorita inicio. No tardo. Listo. Dale tantito. Quiero seguir jugando al... Que estoy tratando de conseguir las chapas.
Welcome.
Y no, ahorita más de rato. Ah, está mal. Me acomoda mal. Que 500. Pues ahí. Vamos a ver si me dan una chapa. Ah, sí, sí veía, sí veía. ¡Ey! Línea 1 lista. Me falta la línea 2, que es la más que más se me complica. Ahí está. Guión sabroso Kennedy.
Stand back.
Guión sabroso Kennedy con escopete. Que yo tengo que...
Don't worry, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
Ahí está. Que de hecho, si se pueden sacar estos modelos, estaría con madre. Porque si tienes una impresora 3D de resina, los puedes hacer figuritas así. Así chiquitas. Más o menos como de este tamaño. Unos 10 centímetros. Unos 15. No, 15 es mucho. Unos 10, 9 centímetros. Serían geniales unas figuritas así. Ashley. Luis.
Did you send out those invitations? I told you no more than 50 people.
Aidan.
Leon, now!
Es el Dr. Salvador. Don Manuel.
¡Ahí está!
Espérame. Perdón. Perdón. Que se escuchó como que la puerta del portón. Ok. Estos los saqué en mi anterior partida.
Ahí está. Ahí está.
Ok, ahora me falta esta. Complete. Ay, güey. Ay, se me acaban las pilas. Tranquilos, aquí tengo más. Aquí tengo más pilas, perros. Vamos a darle. Aquí está. Ay, güey. También tengo un cable por si acaso. Así que, Ahí está. No sé por qué se ve tan. No sé por qué se ve tan gris. A ver, déjame checar. A ver ahí. ¿Cómo lo ven? Yo lo veo bien. Dale, brocho. Bueno, Sassly, mi amor. Voy a terminar de seguir. Tengo que guardar porque. Ay, me tiembla. A la verga. Hay que quitar. Porque. Déjenme acomodar esto primero. ¿Qué tal, guapos? Déjenme cierro primero esto. Porque. YouTube. Porque YouTube. Ah. ¿Cuándo quedan? 3 minutitos. Ok, sí llega. No. Hombre, no mames. Ahí está. Está un poquito atrasado esto, creo. Déjame lo pongo. Ahí. Espero la barra de arriba no sea algo que pusieron y se les olvidó quitar. Empezó y yo no puedo verlo todavía. Ahí está. A ver qué nos espera. Peggy 18. O sea que van a salir buenos juegos. Ahí está el de México. C adultos mayores de 18.
Every August for 15 years, Cologne, Germany has hosted the world's definitive celebration of gaming. From stunning
Cada agosto durante 15 Colonia, Alemania, festival festiva del mundo, definitivamente del mundo de los juegos hay impresionantes, apertura de relaciones en vivo y todo.
And millions of gamers worldwide for the ultimate games convention. Welcome to Xbox at Gamescom.
Ok. Pusieron subtítulos arriba. ¿Quién fue tan inteligente de ponerlos ahí? Este es el juego de Square Enix que nos habían mostrado. ¿Cómo se llama? El Stellar Blade, no, el Octopath Traveler. ¿Sí, no? Ah, no, el Triangle Strain.
A war to end
Pues ahora mismo
all
equipo.
wars. A war whose victor shall rule Norzelia in her glorious entirety.
Ok, es un repaso.
Roland, Lord Wolford, there is no saving me. The future of Glenbrook lies in your hands now.
You're damned right it will. I'll restore this kingdom to its rightful glory.
I care only that you and the legacy of House Wolford are safe
Ay,
and
ojalá pudiera
secure.
acomodarla esa madre, no sé cómo acomodarla.
There will always be hope.
You are responsible for more than just your own life now.
This
Habrá
battle is
esperanza en
but the
ustedes.
first step on the path Lord Serenoa has laid before us. Let us take this first step together and rejoice.
Hey.
Nothing. You are free of sin.
Ok.
Now behold my power.
To victory!
Not another step.
A battle to prove which of us is more fit to rule Norzelia.
A new future is before us. But first, we must carve our way through to it.
Dale
Hello
hoy.
Xbox fans and welcome to Gamescom. You just saw a trailer for Triangle Strategy from Square Enix, which you can actually
Ahora,
play today.
cuando Xbox vino a toma, acabas de ver un trailer de Triangle Strategy de Square Enix. Al puedes jugar hoy. O sea, es solo la punta del iceberg porque este gran año para Gamescom tenemos grandes revelaciones, entrevistas en profundidad y un primer juego de primer vistazo. Sí, esa madre es de los subtítulos, pero no se puede acomodar o no sé cómo chingos acomodarlo.
Thanks so much, Benny. Charlie and Bex here, and I am thrilled to be in Cologne, Germany for Gamescom 2025, holding out the Xbox booth at the biggest gaming convention in the world.
No sé cómo se
There
acomoda.
is a ton of amazing stuff packed in the next 2 days, and we finally get to see gameplay for some of the year's most anticipated titles and catch a glimpse of gaming's future.
Déjame rápido.
future
No.
in the form of fresh reveals and some surprise drops.
I mean, just today, Charlie, we've got a
No, así
full
lo que
demo
más.
of
¿Quién fue
Dying
el
Light
güey
the
que lo
Beast, tons of new info on Keeper.
dijo? Oye, lo voy a poner arriba.
What's next for World of Warcraft and Call of Duty, and a brand new adventure starring a certain roguish archaeologist with a whip. And that's just some of the stuff I was allowed to tease after I signed like 5,000 NDAs. But first up, let's go hands-on with the ROG Xbox Ally and the Ally X,
juegos de
the
Call
very
of
first
Duty
Xbox
or
handheld to
Warcraft.
explore the world of Xbox Play Anywhere.
Now, Xbox Play Anywhere,
Okay.
you can buy game one specs and access it across PC and Xbox consoles, including the Xbox Ally and Ally X. Even better, your progress travels with you, so you can bring all your saves, your add-ons, your friends, and all those delicious achievements along. So whether you're online on the convention floor waiting to play your favorite game, posted up here at the Xbox booth with your beloved Xbox On team, visiting our battle-ready neighbors at a very impressive Call of Duty Black Ops 7 booth, chilling with the Warcraft team over on the World Warcraft Midnight booth, hanging with Asus at the ROG Ally
Va a
all the way over in
sincronizar esta
Hall 8,
madre.
or looking at the Xbox booth with your beloved Xbox On team, visiting our battle-ready neighbors at a very impressive Call of Duty Black Ops 7 booth, chilling with the Warcraft team over on the World Warcraft Midnight booth, hanging with Asus at the ROG Ally all the way over in Hall 8, or looking at the latest tech offerings from Samsung this year at Gamescom. Anywhere kind of truly is the
Van a
best
mostrar
place to
muchos
play.
productos.
But right now what we're going to do, Bex, is quickly recap what Xbox revealed last night at the opening
Se ve
night
bonita
live
la
celebrations. Are you ready?
Xbox Ally, pero
do it.
está muy
I mean, we
caro.
got a brand new and very charming Companions trailer for the Outer Worlds 2 that revealed 6 new friends to travel the stars and zap things with.
Zap zap! The Dynasties of the East expansion for Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition also got announced, and they also revealed a release date, so you can start organizing your troops on November
Qué
4th.
mal, qué mal. ¿Quién
We
chingó
also
eso?
found out about the
Déjame ver si lo
massive
puedo
new
poner aquí en PC
Indiana
y lo
Jones and
mando
the
a PC.
Great Circle expansion, continuing Indy's investigation of the Ancient Order of Giants. Ancient Rome's biggest secret awakens September 4th.
Excited for that one. After decades of supporting the Hayabusa clan, Raven Clan is finally taking center stage in Ninja Gaiden 4, which we saw an awesome new trailer for as well. And according to Team Ninja,
Ya risé. El que sea el de subtítulos de Xbox se pasó de lanza. Todo desincronizado, todo mal hecho en la parte de arriba. No sé quién chingado les dijo que lo puse de arriba. Ahí tienen que darle un zape a alguien encargado de subtítulos.
4-player co-op, zombies, dead ops arcade, and even a new mode called Endgame to keep your squad busy for years to come. Really impressive stuff, that.
So good. We also saw Blizzard storm through with the gorgeous and never-before-seen cinematic intro for the World of Warcraft Midnight. The ancient home of the Blood Elves is under threat, and they'll need to tap into the power of the sacred Sunwell to keep those shadows at bay in 2026.
Plus, today we'll have even deeper looks at titles that were shown at Opening Night Live, like Keeper, Dying Light the Beast, and Lego Voyagers.
Invencible versus el juego de Ally, Keeper, World of Warcraft, Indiana Jones,
the official Call of Duty podcast.
Call of Duty Black
But to
Ops
get
7.
the party started, here
¿Es
comes
todo lo que va a
all
venir?
the latest details on the Xbox Ally, which has been so hotly anticipated ever since it was announced at the Xbox Games Showcase.
The vision around Xbox has really transformed over the years of people playing on multiple devices.
Chéquense los videos de la Rogue Ally. A lo mejor tiene un secreto ahí de la próxima
They
consola.
want to game on their own terms.
This was a #1 request from our fans. We're working in close partnership with Asus on a brand new handheld
called the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X.
The best game library on the go basically changes everything.
It feels like we're finally hitting an inflection point now where I'm able to take the game that I'm playing on my beefy home PC gaming rig and take it with me on a portable device.
Big question a lot of players have is how are PC games going to play on a handheld form factor? The games are largely going to play like they do on PC.
The Xbox Ally targets 720p, while the Xbox Ally X targets 1080p. Most titles will perform between 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, but certain games have the potential to hit up to 120 frames per second. As frame rates rise and fall, variable refresh rate, or VRR, will deliver a consistent and fluid visual experience. Players can further fine-tune a variety of device settings in the command center, from optimizing battery life to remapping buttons.
The Asus Armory Crate has 3 distinctive settings that are really great. There's the silent mode, where these dark gaming sessions you will have. There is a performance mode, so your battery life is optimized. And then, of course, for the top performance factor, you would use turbo mode.
When we talk about optimizing for handheld, it's less about stripping games down and
Aquí
more
está
about
hablando
ensuring
de
playing
la
the game
consola.
on handheld is as easy and effortless as possible. Games that run at 30 frames per second or above will get a should perform well on this device tag. Games that hit 60 frames per second or above will carry a should perform great on this device tag. Games that haven't been tested yet will have a performance check not available yet label. As more games are tested, updated, and optimized for handheld, these labels will evolve over time.
This is about giving players a device with no obstacles to fun. So one example is making sure that it's going to work seamlessly with a controller. Are all menus and prompts working as intended? And are those UI elements properly sized for the smaller screen? Another example of an essential compatibility feature is having a gamepad keyboard. If a game passes all these checks, they're considered handheld optimized and will be labeled as such. On the Xbox home screen, you'll find a new handheld optimized channel that will curate these titles for players.
We test on the Ally all the time as we're building Roblox. For a player, that means more immersion, better graphics,
Quiten
smoother
esa mierda de
animation.
Roblox,
You
güey.
get to play
Quiten esa
games
mierda de
the way
Roblox
they
que no
were built.
nos tiene
If
contentos
you're
los
playing
jugadores.
Doom the Dark Ages on the PC or the console, you expect an ultra-responsive, fast action FPS experience.
On your Xbox Ally, Doom the Dark Ages will be every bit as fast and responsive as you'd expect.
One of the awesome things about PC is that there are so many places to get your games.
We think about having this unified game library and how it can bring your entire game collection together.
Any recently downloaded and played games from other PC game stores, from Battle.net, the Epic Game Store, Ubisoft, Steam, GOG, or EA, the Xbox app automatically finds them and will show them in your game library. And right on the Xbox home screen, under Most Recently Played.
My most recently used game should be something that sticks with me everywhere I go, creating a unified user experience.
You're going to see games you've played on Xbox. If it's a PC native game, you're going to be able to play it right there. If it's a console-only game, you're going to be able to stream it from the cloud. If you're down in your basement and you want to stream direct from your console that you've got upstairs, you're going to be able to do it.
I'm able to continue to experience the worlds and characters that I love anywhere that I want to play. This is going to be awesome. Now we literally have a device that could go with you everywhere.
Hey there everyone, I'm Henry, and today I'm joined by Dom and Brianna from Xbox and Gabe from our friends at Asus, who are going to tell us a whole lot more about the ROG Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, which are the very first handhelds giving Xbox fans the freedom to play anywhere. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to Cologne, guys. How you doing?
Thank you for having us. It's been busy getting everything ready, but we're super excited to be here.
Well, I gotta say, it's incredibly distracting having the Ally X in front of me. I want to just grab it and have a go, but why don't you tell us, why is Xbox making a handheld right now?
Handheld gaming felt like a really natural next step for Xbox. Being able to break out of the living room and play anywhere is so central to our vision of putting players at the center, wherever and however you want to play. And we saw this wave of innovation happening in the handheld space from brands like Asus, and we knew that we could fuel that with so much more energy from Xbox. So when we started talking to Asus, it became apparent like how much more we could do together. We share the same obsession with our players and our devices and gaming in general. And we just realized that by building a device together, we could do something much more special and much more quickly than either of us could do alone. And so that's what brought us to the Xbox Ally.
Y
The
si mejor
Xbox
puedo jugar
Ally really
el
brings
Resident
together
Evil
that
4, lo que
power of
falta.
Xbox
O sea, no
with the
mames.
full freedom of Windows. That means that you
Nada
can
más
play
están
your
hablando
PC
de
games
la
natively
Xbox
from
Ally.
across storefronts.
O sea, está
You can play
bien,
your
lo vas a
Xbox
mostrar,
Play
pero
Anywhere games natively, and you can stream your
tómate
console
otra
games as
sección
well.
y al
And
final
really, this is just the
explícalo,
beginning,
no al
and we have such
principio.
a huge roadmap of improvements that we're going to continue
Nada más
building,
aburres a la
continue
gente.
delivering for our players. We're always listening to
De hecho,
feedback.
estoy viendo mi
But
celular.
I'm really excited for this first step.
As a device,
Nada más
it's got a
estoy
really
escuchando
quite
y
unique
así.
look about it. Gabe, can you tell us a bit about the hardware design? of the
Flojera,
Ally?
en serio que son.
Absolutely. The design
No sé
of the
quién es el de
Xbox
telemarketing o
Ally
el de que
features
controla todo eso,
natural
pero están muy
ergonomics,
pendejos.
comfort, and user
Lleva muy
familiarity.
mal la red de
These
Xbox.
solid contoured grips familiar
No saben
with
vender
that
el
Xbox
producto.
controller we all know and love. And so design starts with your hand, right? We think about our opposable thumbs and the really nimble fingertips that we have. These are the tools that we use to write, to pick things up, and definitely to play. And so when you think about the devices as they are in their current generation, it really rests into your palm, and you're using your palm to pick up these devices. And I say it's kind of like a tray-like feel. With the ROG Xbox Ally Series devices, it rests into your fingers and then into your palms, and then allows you to curve over, giving you the freedom to use that to play. On our wonderful new ABXY keys with the tactile feel and color coloring of the new Xbox controllers. It's not as simple, though, as just taking a controller and splitting it in half and putting a panel inside. Really, that would cause you to flare out. So there's a subtle detail of how you kind of want to have you fall in and be natural. And those contoured feels and this natural feeling really helps with the overall weight distribution. And that means comfort when you play long on these devices. And
sí, la comodidad de transportarlo, sí, todos sabemos eso, no nos tienes que estar replanteando de que el sistema operativo es una gran mejora para la consola. O sea, eso ya lo sabemos. Muéstranos cómo funciona en ese momento, ahorita, préndelo y muéstranos cómo funciona. ¿Qué juegos se pueden jugar ahorita? ¿Se pueden jugar los de Xbox 360? ¿Se pueden jugar los de Xbox One? ¿Se pueden jugar los de Series S y X? ¿Cuáles se pueden jugar? ¿Qué juegos de PC pueden jugarse ahorita? O sea, muéstralo, o sea, préndelo. Queremos ver el inicio de cómo inicia. Eso es lo que deben demostrar. No hablar de lo mismo de siempre, de lo mismo, siempre. Ya sabemos que trae un sistema operativo hecho a base de Windows un sistema operativo básico, pues, a base de Windows para que también funcionen los juegos de PC. Eso lo sabemos de antemano, pero muéstranos cómo funciona el inicio, cómo prende, cómo funciona, cuáles son las accesibilidades de los gatillos, de los botones. No, van a esperar que la gente lo compre para que sepan cuál es la calidad del producto. Porque a lo mejor tiene un bug visual al inicio, por eso no quieren mostrarlo. Y ya en una actualización futura es que lo van a mostrar. Ok, perdón, lo van a reparar.
The second feature is the aggregated library. So because this is Windows, we know that our players have catalogs of games that span across different storefronts. We want to bring your full library together in one place in the aggregated library so you can see all of your installed games from different storefronts. This makes it super easy to launch your games, kind of stay in that Xbox full screen experience for more of your experience, and just really experience the full value of the device. The third feature that we've really invested deeply in is the Play Anywhere feature. So Xbox Play Anywhere has been a program for a long time, but we've really been investing in it so deeply, and there's now over 1,000 games that support Xbox Play Anywhere. For your Xbox Play Anywhere games, you can bring your progress, your saves, your achievements from your Xbox console or your Windows PC to your Xbox Ally, just again making that really so seamless. And again, we have a huge roadmap of improvements we're working on together and with the Windows team. So it's really exciting, and I think there's going to be so much more to share. I'm always listening to feedback, but these three features to me are what make the Xbox Ally so special.
So ergonomics, they're locked in.
Dejen de hablar de eso, terminen, me estoy durmiendo, cabrón. En vez de estar aquí, debería terminar de dormir, no estar aquí viendo su pinche discurso de media hora para lamérselos.
Efficiency is the Xbox
debajo.
Ally superpower. These class of processors are tuned specifically for handhelds. I'm super excited to talk about what's in the Xbox Ally X. It hosts the Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. We've taken the best performing processor on the market and added NPU. That means you're ready for new frontiers in local AI gaming while having the best efficiency possible on these new amazing generational changes with the Z2 Extreme. For the normal Xbox Ally, we have the Z2A, the first time a handheld processor of this type has been productized for Windows. So that means amazing performance from 15 to 20 watts. Again, efficiency is the superpower. And so for that part,
me estoy divirtiendo más con el pinche meme que estoy leyendo.
AMD's Fluid Motion frames bring smoothness and additional frames to allow you to enjoy that wonderful gameplay that's available for thousands of games and only on Windows. Lastly, I would say we're going to bring the power of AI to our devices. So for both the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, you'll be able to have Copilot for gaming, a game guide you can call from the Xbox menu that assists you while you play.
It's all super exciting. Brianna, I don't think we should keep anyone waiting any longer. why don't we take a look at how the Xbox Ally X works? And I think we should get a camera in here as well so that people at home can definitely take a look. But show me how you turn on one of these things.
Yeah, so one thing that's great is there's a fingerprint reader on the power button. But as Dom mentioned, we made a lot of improvements in Windows to help add gamepad navigation across the device. So I can press A to dismiss the lock screen, and I can navigate all elements that I would expect to with a gamepad. One of the features I really love is that we've added gamepad indicators to the pin pad. So if you're familiar with them on console, you'll be able to enter your pin or have your own kind of combination that you would have to put in your password quickly. You can also use directional navigation, and we really want to give the flexibility to the players of how they want to get into their gaming session.
Cool.
So
I'm not going to peek at your pin, don't worry.
No one's going to look like what the
That's
pin
your
is.
device. I'll get my own later, don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm going to quickly put in a pin for this device, and you'll boot right into the Xbox app.
Cool. And what's the first thing we're kind of seeing here?
Yeah, this is that Xbox full screen experience that we've talked about. So it boots directly into this experience. It's really tailored for gamepad navigation, for the handheld screen, and again, it doesn't even load those processes that aren't required for gaming. In some of our initial estimates, this shows an estimated 2 gigabytes of savings in memory, which can all go back to your games, which means faster startup times and less idle power draw.
Absolutely. I mean, that was super snappy just to get into that. I mean, super cool. And I've got to say, big compliments on the library that I can already see. When you run us through a bit of this experience as well.
One of the buttons that we've added on this device is a library button, so you can push that and it'll take you right to your library. Dom mentioned about the aggregated library. You see these new indicators
que ya
across
mostraron.
the
¡Ay!
game. So, hey, these are my games
Ni,
from the Game
tan
Pass
distraído estoy que ni
entitlement.
siquiera supe en qué
These are the
momento
ones installed from other
empezaron a mostrar el menú.
And we really want to make sure that when people play a game in the library, they know what saved you're
Se
doing.
parece mucho al
You might be
menú
like me,
de
you own the
PC,
same game
de hecho.
across multiple storefronts. Your save files are
I'm
so
very
important.
guilty of that.
and so you want to make sure that when you launch your game, you know where it's coming from, and you're able to kind of get that jump back in where you expect.
Está bien, está bien. Se ve chido.
Can you launch up a game for us? I'm going to let you choose.
Yeah, so let's launch up Gears of War.
Vamos a mostrar el reloj. Vamos a mostrar. ¡Ay! Eso sí me interesa ver.
Launches full screen.
Oh,
that
easy
really
and
takes you to kind of that immersive experience, so you're not seeing those desktop elements that Dom mentioned.
Ok, eso es información muy fuerte que mostraron, no debieron haber mostrado eso.
Game bar. I use it to access my screenshots. I use it to access all of my
Porque iban a tratar de meterse los hackers de ver. Ah, sí, me están mostrando el Easy Team Cheat. Voy a tratar de hackear el juego.
Now there's an Xbox button on the device. And so
Sí,
by
pasa.
pressing it, you quickly bring up Game Bar. And this is the optimized view that we shipped last year called Compact Mode. That takes that same widget model that we have before that's completely extensible, but it puts it in
Lo
a
que
more
no sé qué es lo de
streamlined,
izquierda, si
optimized form
es
for these handheld
copilot.
devices. So it lets you quickly get access to device settings and most importantly, Command Center.
Ah, ok, es el centro de comando, ya,
Multiple overlays that you're juggling. It's all in one
Oh,
overlay.
yeah.
It's all in Game Bar, and so you can get access to some of those awesome AMD features as well as the Asus features that you've been known for before.
Lo que estamos viendo es el menú donde puedes configurar la consola a qué potencia corre el juego, por ejemplo, la calidad de imagen y todo. Por ejemplo, tiene 35 watts, que es el consumo más grande, es para que el juego corra a mayor fluidez y el juego se va a muy buena calidad. Por ejemplo, la consola que tiene la Xbox Rogue Ally X y es la que tiene mejor calidad de imagen, mejor calidad de batería y todo. Entonces, eso es lo que hace que se vea mejor el juego. Dale Star, güey, quiero ver el menú. Sé que va a ser igual que el del Ultimate, pero ¿qué más va a haber? ¿Qué más van a meter o qué van a reparar? No sé. O muestra el Expedition 33.
You can quickly bumper between them and then go back to your game really smoothly.
So snappy.
Lo de la ventana está chido.
Dom, is there anything else
Por
you'd like
ejemplo,
to add
para
as
que
well
puedas,
before
si
we
quieres
begin?
cambiar a otra
Yeah, I
ventana.
mean, this is really our Xbox experience reimagined for handheld
Es una
gaming.
mini PC,
Built in collaboration
como
with
todas las
Asus,
ROG Alive y
Windows,
todas las
Xbox,
Steam Deck
and
y todo
allows you to have that full
son mini
immersion
PC,
and effortless play.
nada más que
But
portátil.
really, games are at the heart of what makes a great Xbox experience, and that's why we're developing a new program called the Handheld Compatibility Program. And this will help you really easily understand what games play well on your device across things like text size, controller navigation, and so we're really excited to announce this program and work very closely with our developer partners on it as well.
Lo que sí
to
que
help you
ver
have
es
the
qué
best
tanto
possible
vamos a tener
gaming
que
experience on
modificar
your Xbox
en
Ally.
el sentido de qué tanto el menú que mostró nos va a dejar así de modificar la consola
Let's do it.
portátil.
This is going to be awesome.
Entonces hay días para Gears of War Reload. Gears of War Reload y también Helldivers, que es el que jugar con un amigo que está en Play. A ver si quiere jugar.
So, now that you've seen what the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X can do, I bet you want to know when you can get your own one, huh? Well, Brianna, if I ask really nicely, is there anything you could tell us on that front?
Yeah, I'm excited to share that the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X will be available worldwide October 16th.
Oh, that's so soon. All
Yeah.
right, well, you heard it here first. The Xbox
Ojalá nos
Ally
regalaran
comes out
una.
on October 16th. Thank you for that, Brianna, and to all of our guests here as well for stopping by today. But coming up next, stick around for the latest on Rogue, Prince of Persia, and so much more as Xbox at Gamescom 2025 continues.
Un beat 'em up. Es el Hades. No, ¿verdad? A ver si no me censura la música porque ya me pasó varias veces que la pinche música trae copyright. Voy a bajar tantito. Se ve decente, pero como que es un 2D, es un 2.5D. Hay dibujos en 2D y el fondo que te da así como que un 3D, pero en realidad es un 2D. Está medio raro. Se ve medio meh. Vamos a ver tantito porque que no se escuche da mucha flojera. Chingar. Chinga. The Rogue Príncipe de Persia. Ok.
You might think that the Rogue Prince of Persia
No está hecho por Ubisoft.
2D action roguelike, and you'd be wrong. Yes, we have plenty of deadly weapons, powerful abilities, and game-breaking builds, but what makes it different? I'm going to tell you. This is 2D parkour in full flow. You will run, vault, and somersault through the world, blending traversal and combat into one seamless movement. If you're looking for Prince of Persia DNA,
yo siento que los príncipes de Persia ya no tienen ese valor que antes de que te da emoción.
that is the first of its kind in the 2D game.
Tiene mucho salto, mucho
Every
así.
fight is a chance to move with style.
O sea que sí traían algunos juegos, pero no todos traían esas mecánicas así medio locas del dash y todo eso.
Vault to dodge attacks. Wall run over hazards.
Era más el correr,
Into the faces of your foes.
o sea, también es como una patada a una roca.
This is acrobatic and environmental combat that rewards creativity and looks damn good doing it.
Lo que necesita el juego es una reescritura de... Actualmente tienen que dejar todo eso de poderes y regresar todo a lo clásico, al viejito, al primero, al que salió en la computadora.
To unlock new biomes, items, and story beats. Only by exploring the entire city, from the depths of the mines to the top of the lighthouse, will you find
Bonito se
the
ve
path
hasta cierto
that
punto,
will
pero
give
se
you
ve
the chance
muy
to
muy
change
sencillo.
the fate of Persia. And the soundtrack, woo! An unheard of combination of traditional Persian instruments fused with modern trap. It drives you forward. Every run has a rhythm, every fight has a beat, and we guarantee you'll be listening to it when you're not even playing. So there you have it. The Rogue Prince of Persia offers a unique combination of 2D wall running, environmental combat, a branching narrative, and a pulsating soundtrack, on top of all the usual tasty roguelike ingredients. This is a roguelike with rhythm, flow, and style.
Muy
Prince of Persia
Meh.
is going rogue. Known
Juego
for
que no
those
se debe
smooth
comprar.
acrobatic wall runs and intense boss fights set against a
Es un juego hecho a las
vibrant
prisas.
Persian
No había juegos
inspired
de
landscape.
Príncipe
It's
Persia
Clearwright's
anunciados
most anticipated action platformer
en
roguelite
estos
of the
años
year.
y ya,
And here to
qué
tell us
casualidad,
more from Evil
desde
Empire
que
artistic
Ubisoft
director Dylan Erling
se fue a la
and
bancarrota
marketing manager
y están
Matthew
tratando de
Houghton.
rescatarlos,
Gentlemen,
ya
welcome.
tienen listo
Now,
este juego.
First thing, thanks so much for joining us. And I've got to ask, was that, from what we saw in the back of that trailer, did I see what I think I saw?
I think so, yeah.
Are
You-
people... Which one of you would like to reveal it, if anyone missed it?
Basically, the game is out now on Game Pass right now. You can go play it as you want.
Right, amazing. And also, like, for those who
Okay.
don't know as well, this game...
Si lo quieren probar está en Game Pass,
a classic
por si tienen Game Pass aún
franchise,
activo,
and
ya
in
pueden
the past,
probarlo.
you've worked on games like Dead Cells, the Evil Empire, and fantastic DLC like Castlevania. How has it been taking a beloved franchise like Prince of Persia and kind of bringing a new genre to the mix?
But it's kind of like, it's tough and great at the same time, because obviously like we've got a load of fans of the franchise in the team, like those people who played Sands of Time, even people who played like the original back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so there's like that pressure to take this franchise into a different direction. But it's great because it actually gives us something like to really focus on. Like we knew we wanted acrobatic combat, we wanted a wall run, we wanted this like real Persian-inspired vibes. So that helped to kind of like keep us on the right path while integrating our like 2D action knowledge to make something which we think is unique.
Yeah, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And you've been having the game on early access recently, but for those that haven't been able to play early access, what can people expect when they hop on to Rogue Prince of Persia?
So yeah, basically you can expect 2D action roguelike with kind of acrobatic combat mixed with a wall run, which we think is unique in a 2D game. So basically you have a whole moveset on top of that. So you've got like a kick, a vault, a dive attack. So basically you're going to be flowing through traversal into combat and back again. And there's also like a branching narrative behind that as well.
Yeah, nice. And also, you've been asked, you've had early access for a bit now, and you've been asking for loads of feedback from players. What's been some of the ones that has like kind of been the most surprising or inspired bits of feedback that you've taken on board?
Well, we've gotten tons of feedback from players, especially from the guys we have on Discord. We have like a very supportive and dedicated community of players there. And it's like, it's almost day-to-day talking with them. It's like they are part of the team. So we just work with them as if they were part of the development, you know. And so one guy, Opelit, is making the wiki for the game.
Yeah.
And it's super detailed, even more detailed than what we have in the studio, you know. These guys, they know the game by heart. And so it's so cool to work with them. And another one called Andrew is a super fan. And a good anecdote is that he had a baby during the production of the game.
Yeah.
And so we celebrated it. I did a sketch of the prince with the baby and everything.
Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, these guys are truly part of the team, and I want to thank them truly for this early access. It was great.
I think that's one of my favorite things these days as well, is how much the community can get involved in games now and like kind of give feedback and kind of work directly with the studios. It's not something we really had in the past.
Yeah, that's something truly unique, and like the instantaneity of it is awesome, because you can just ask a question, brainstorm an idea about like game design or whatever, and they would like answer directly.
Yeah.
And it's so great.
Now, also, one thing, a lot of fans have been asking about the story of Rogue Prince of Persia and how it's going to evolve over time. Can you go a bit more into that?
Yeah, so basically the story, you basically start off and you've kind of accidentally triggered an invasion of Persia, and then you've kind of got to figure out a way by going into the city each day and trying to find clues, and then by finding the clues, you unlock biomes, and then maybe you have to like take an item and do something with it to then unlock something else, find a character who then tells you somewhere else you can go. So it's basically kind of like a puzzle in real time as you go through each run to find the one true way to finally save Persia and rectify your mistake.
And like you said about clues, right? Something that we will expect, hidden elements in the game. Are there some of those for us to find?
Yeah, there's definitely hidden rooms where, you know, like you'll find characters and stuff. I'm trying to think of an actual example, but definitely where you find the Lale, that's kind of real, like hidden stuff. But it's Prince of Persia, there's got to be hidden rooms somewhere.
I was hoping so, because I love the old games as well. And players have been like one of the most things, well, when you look at the game, first of all, the visuals. It is visually stunning, the comic book style, and like you've obviously massively behind this. Could you go a bit more into what inspired you and how you kind of worked on the design of the game?
For sure. So we wanted the game to have a unique look, like something that would not have been made before. And so since it's a very 2D game, we wanted to embrace that aspect and have something very graphic with these patterns, the borders, and everything is. So it's inspired by the Persian miniatures, which are art from like back in the days in the ancient Persia. And this would be very graphical images painted by hand. And so we tried to incorporate some of these elements in the art direction of the game. And the other inspiration is the French comic books.
Yeah.
So we really wanted to have some of this in the game because in the art team we are big comic book lovers. And because we wanted to be super like innovative, we used Moebius as a reference because nobody does that in the indie games. No, yeah, but he's a great artist, so he was one of the main reference.
And also, you mentioned Discord earlier as well.
Yeah.
Have you like taken any fan-inspired feedback on some of the art that you've used in the game?
For sure. We had some fun contests on the Discord. And so, for example, we had a skin contest at some point, and player would like draw whatever crazy type of prince costume. And so we had like a voting for the favorite skins, and I think 8 or 9 of them ended up in the game.
That's amazing.
So that's great.
That must be. I can already see though how much you kind of work with your community already, and if there's anyone else who wants to get involved, are they able to do that as well?
You mean the players?
Yeah, like the players can get involved to give feedback.
Yeah, for sure. Like in the game design, we changed tons of stuff. Like for instance, we have this medallion system, which in the beginning was maybe too complex. And so we worked with the community to make it simpler to understand, but also more fun to like right when you play, you understand how it works. So we iterated a lot of like game design elements. Yeah.
Yeah, along the game design as well, you did a major art revision for the game as well from when you started. You so much so you made a mini documentary about how that happened. How was that?
That was a long walk. So long story short, when we released in early access, we knew we were going with a bold and unique look, and we knew not everybody would love it. But we got a lot of feedback from players that did not like so much the art direction. So we tried to take that as a feedback, just as if it was gameplay.
Yeah.
Why not rework the art, you know? So we did a lot of polishing, and we changed some of the color. The prince was purple in the beginning. He's not purple anymore. That's a long story. But yeah, we tried to make something that player would like more. And so this was like, yeah, big rework.
I think it's one of the first things anyone notices as soon as they see the game. It's so vibrant and colorful, and it's like so pretty to look at. Like you've done like an incredible job putting that together.
Thank you.
Have you got any personal favorite pieces that you worked on in the game?
I mean, we tried to be as diverse as we could in the biomes that you are going through. So each biome has a very unique color palette. I think the final one, the palace, the one that's going to be released in the 1.0, is the best one because it's the last one that we made, and we put a lot of love in this because it's the final objective of the game, and it's really nice, I think.
I think we've also, you talked about all the different biomes that are available. We've got to talk, how do you work on kind of making those beautiful backgrounds that you kind of interact with, and then the kind of the combat gameplay? Because it must be kind of difficult to manage.
That's a challenge for sure, because the gameplay is very fast-paced, and the traversal is challenging. So you have to be able to read everything very quickly. So we try to have something that is very simple, yet tells a story. So whenever we can, we have rooms in the game that tell like environmental storytelling, but it's not during the combat phases. So it's a subtle balance between readable gameplay and background that tells a story. Yeah.
No, nice. So especially, is it like clear when there's like a hidden room or something like that you can smash some pots or kind of work your way through?
There is some of this, yeah, some secrets in the game.
Now, also we've got to talk about the color palette and lighting. They've been widely praised by players in early access, right? How did you approach making the game like visually distinct from previous Prince of Persia games?
That's a tough question.
We're here to ask the hard questions.
I mean, I talked about the inspirations already, so
Güey,
these two, like the
Dios,
person
tardan
miniature
pinche
and
media
the
hora para
French
explicar
comic book,
que es un
we
juego,
tried
cómo
to
lo hicieron,
combine
cuánto
that
tiempo te
into a
tomaron.
unique
Ay, no.
look that
A
when
ver,
you see
¿cuánto
it
esta
as
madre,
a
güey? Hay que
thumbnail,
jugar Xbox a la verga.
you instantly recognize it, and it's almost as if it was taken out of a picture book. I mean, that was the objective. And
Güey,
yeah,
una
we tried
hora.
to embrace the
Una hora y solo han
graphical
presentado
aspect of
dos
it
cosas.
and be very
La Xbox
stylish.
Roguelike y
I
Príncipe de Persia.
It's like
Dos
always
cosas.
popping out.
Yeah.
It's like a thumbnail.
Y el juego del
I've
que
got to
mostraron
say,
antes.
for people who are hopping on for the first time, and we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but they're hopping on from, haven't played early access, and they're hopping on to Rogue Prince of Persia. What kind of experience can they expect to play? Because it's challenging, it's beautiful, it's vibrant. There's a lot more depth to the game.
Yeah, I think expect to be challenged, but it's easy once you get it in your hands and you can feel like doing a wall run and swinging off a pole and diving down an enemy. Like, it is super satisfying. So just be prepared for like acrobatic combat. Use all your moves, like we said in the deep dive trailer. Like it's like playing a Jackie Chan movie. You're just like you're kicking someone, you're blocking something, and then you're jumping around everywhere. Like just be prepared to have fun, I guess. Yeah, and just explore everywhere. Because there's always something to find.
Explore. That's always the thing I fail in doing. I'm always like trying to speed run everything. I think. But have you got any last things that you'd like people to keep an eye out for Rogue Prince of Persia?
I mean, go play the game now. It's out, so yeah, I mean,
go play it.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing it. But guys, thanks so much for joining us, Matthew and Dylan. Really appreciate it. I look forward to hopping on. And also a big thank you to the whole team at Ubisoft. You can start sharpening your platforming skills and scimitars right now. And remember, the Rogue Prince of Persia is available today. And in case you're buzzing for even more 2D fighting action, here comes a trailer that's a little less reflex and a little more tactical. Then we'll be back to check out all that's new in Grounded 2. Don't go anywhere. This is Xbox at Gamescom.
Fighter! You asked for this. Back in your place.
This is but a squall before the storm of battle. Prepare yourselves at once.
Time to prove myself.
Esto es Final Fantasy 2.
Leave that to me.
An ambush. This day grows lovelier by the hour.
Nothing can stop me. Let's finish him. On my honor. A good choice. This will suffice. Feel my wrath. Embrace inevitable end. Judgment blade. Bring sinners to account. Fight Roger.
What do you know about the legend of the Nameless Crusader?
Fierce warrior.
Indiana Jones y el
Fought in
nuevo
siege
DLC.
of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall. A giant.
Lo que se me hace interesante es que ayer mostraron que va a salir para Nintendo Switch 2 este juego.
Well, tell you what.
Me pregunto si va a estar un poquito mejor la calidad de imagen, en el sentido de que no se vea tan mal, ya que la Nintendo Switch no tiene el mismo procesador que el Xbox. Xbox y Play tienen AMD y Nintendo tiene ¿cómo se llama? Tiene, como Nvidia. A ver cómo le va. Un puzzle con una espada.
Always living.
Hola madre.
He's not in a tomb.
¿Y empezar con las cosas sobrenaturales? Ok. Indiana Jones y el gran círculo, la orden de los gigantes.
Final Fantasy Tactics and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle Order of Giants, which will
Final
be
Fantasy
taking an even
Tactics
closer look
y
at in a little bit
Indiana
of time.
Jones.
But now it's time to dive into a game that hits a little closer to home as we
Por
learn
muchas
all
veces,
about
porque
the
es un
big
juego que
bosses,
tiene
bigger
un
biomes,
poco más
and
cerca de casa a
brand new
medida
big
que aprendemos
buggies
sobre
coming to a
los
park
grandes
near
jefes.
you in Grounded 2. We've got Chris Parker and Justin
Es el de
Vasquez
Grounded,
here from
pero
Obsidian
cuánto va a
and
tardar. Es que
to break it down into
tiene un
very
ritmo
small,
muy,
teeny tiny
muy,
plots.
muy,
I mean, they say
muy,
good
muy
things come in
lento.
small packages, so thank you so much for helping me unwrap these presents today, guys. How are you today?
We're well. Thank you for having us here. We're very excited to be here to talk about the game.
Yeah, doing great. Super excited to be here.
I'm honestly so excited to gush all about the fun I've been having in Grounded
Okay.
since it launched now a month ago into early access. So I've been having a blast. But how's the experience been for you two?
It's been an incredible experience. We're so blessed to have such an amazing community around Grounded 2. Everyone just reacted so well to the announcement and the fact that the game was coming to them so quickly. And seeing the game in players' hands now, everything that they're doing with it, all the fun they're having with buggies, all the fun they're having in the park, all the different builds that they're making and breaking, and all the great feedback we're getting, it's just getting us super excited and really focused on how we can make the best Grounded 2 possible with our community.
I love that. Chris, have you been having a good time with it as well?
Yeah, I'm just so excited about how well it's been received, because you know, when you're making a game, you have this passion, you have this joy, you really want it to be something that the community is going to love, and they already love Grounded 1, right? So much passion there. And so until you get that into the players' hands and the community's hands, you just don't know exactly. You know, you can hope, but until they've actually sort of tasted that meal, you don't know how it's going to go. And so it went out there, people are super excited about it. They have tons of stuff to say and tons of great ideas, and we love that. And it's just been really exciting.
Amazing. Well, I've tasted it and I've really enjoyed it as well. We've been digging in a lot. It's been so much fun. And obviously you mentioned buggies, one of the big new additions in Grounded 2. And how has community feedback helped improve and expand that kind of area of the game for you guys?
That's a really good question. For us, the buggies were such an important feature to bring to life because it was the #1 requested feature from Grounded 1.
Yeah.
And so it was a big reason why we wanted to do a sequel in the first place, because we knew to do the buggies properly, we'd have to build the whole world from the ground up to support them and to really make them shine.
Wow, okay.
And so for us, it was a question of the balance of how much of this feature do we want to develop and solidify to make it a full experience and to really show the potential of the feature, but not go so far that we don't get the community's feedback. And so we feel like we found that balance with our Red Soldier and our Orb Weaver buggies, and now seeing how players are playing with them, what they're doing with it, and what they're asking for, not just for those buggies, but for future buggies, is really giving us a lot of clarity on where we want to bring the feature, how we want to fulfill its potential, and of course, what exciting new buggies we're going to be introducing in the future.
Yeah, there's so many aspects to buggies. Like Justin said, we we kind of went for the minimum approach and said, let's see what the community has to say about these. We have all of our own ideas that we're like, these are great ideas, but let's see what the community says first, and then we can kind of hone in on that stuff and help that really guide the future of buggies, whether that be with customization or progression, or even what sort of new buggies we might introduce in the world.
And what's been really great is seeing everybody's feedback. A lot of it is very much in line with where we wanted to go.
Absolutely in line.
Yeah.
It's all stuff, almost all of it's been stuff that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Like, and it's great to see that, and especially, you know, we look at what the community feedback says, and our community guys like put it all together, and we count like what's been upvoted and what people are reacting to the most. And the things that they're reacting to the most are things that we're like, yes.
Yes, that's what we want to do.
This is so exciting. This sounds great.
So not only does it confirm our belief that this feature has so much potential, it's really nice to see how aligned we are with our community. And it really feels like we're all one big team trying to make the best Grounded 2 together.
One big colony. That's so cute.
I totally missed that. Well
don't
done.
worry, I got you. My buggy is called Ant McPartlin. It's a Red Soldier ant. I haven't got to Orb Weaver just yet. We're taking our time. Which is a very UK insular joke, but that is fine for you. But have you guys got any buggy names that you're particularly proud of? Any good puns that you've heard?
I've got one up my sleeve. You, Chris?
Well, no, the favorite one that we always fight around the studio right now is Stinky. I don't know why. But yeah, when we start up a co-op game for the first time, everybody goes and like makes their buggy real quick together, and then whoever names their buggy Stinky first is the one that wins, basically.
I always call my aunt Antonio Banteras because you get the double ant pun there.
Double ant pun.
And also just because I like to think of my red ant as this like charming, roguish ally that I'm like going on an adventure with. So
Love
Antonio
that.
Banteras.
That's beautiful. He's your own very real sidekick. That's beautiful. We have another first in Grounded 2 with our classes. So, I mean, we were chatting a little bit behind the scenes about, I've been loving the mage class personally, but what has been the most exciting developments from either seeing a lot of players get to grips with these classes or from the team themselves?
I mean, when we set out developing archetypes, they were really about just helping players understand, how do I best equip my character for whatever it is I'm trying to do today, right? You're not locked into being a mage for the whole game. You could be a mage one night and then switch over to a ranger or a rogue or whatever. You want to be a sword and board fighter, do that. But let's have the interface help you out and help you sort of like min-max easily into that play style. And to be perfectly honest, I thought this was just like a kind of a nice little quality of life add to the game. And the players love it. Like they think it's fantastic, and they want to know, hey, what are the next ones gonna be? What equipment that's going to be added so that we can further develop this particular archetype. And that's been really surprising.
Nada más están mostrando
and exciting for me.
información técnica, o sea,
something that I thought was pretty small, something that actually
mostrar juegos, se supone que es un evento de juegos, güey, no mames.
And like, everybody loves it. It's great. It's been really positive reception.
From our point of view, it felt like a natural extension of what Grounded was already doing, and what made Grounded special as a survival game was this really rich RPG fighting system. And to speak to what Chris is saying, that's also the shared DNA between Obsidian and Eidos Montreal, is that love for both RPG mechanics and progression and player choice. And so this felt like a natural extension of us working together, of us collaborating. And to see it in players' hands, not only them finding really cool ways to break the builds and push them to really cool limits, like the dual wielding rogue that can, one-shot, even our biggest, toughest foes.
Yeah.
But on top of that, seeing them use the builds in really creative, unique ways that, like you said, speak to their play style. And you're not locked into anything. If you want to be a mage that whips out a sword and a board, you can do that. If you want to be a ranged who is still packing a mallet, you could do that as well. And so we really want the players to express themselves however they want. and we want to get their feedback so that we can find new ways to help them express themselves over the early access of this game.
Love that. I mean, with new classes, we've also got some new bugs as well in Grounded 2. How has that been for putting those into the game, implementing them, and how have the community received some of the new ones, like our new scorpions, our caterpillars, etc.? Are there any fan favorites that you've seen emerge?
I don't know about favorites, but I mean, I think all of them have been really well received, but like for different reasons, of course. So like, we've got a ton of feedback from folks who are like, man, the caterpillars are so sweet and they're beautiful, and I have to kill them. Why have you done that? Why have you ruined my life and blackened my soul with this? And then, you know, another example is this cockroaches, where they're like, I can't deal with cockroaches. Why have you put this in the game? This is, we're like, oh, well, we put it in there to be gross. That's why it's there. It's serving its purpose. But the reception of those has been really fun, very exciting.
And on the other side, what was nice for us is when we first started talking about, you know, what creatures we wanted to bring to Grounded 2, I think it was universal. Everyone was like, we need something that is on the same level of terrifying as the wolf spider from Grounded 1. And the number one contender was the scorpion. And it was a huge request from the community for a long time. And being able to bring that to life, but in a way that like does justice to it being this terrifying predator coming after you, and seeing all these reaction videos online of people in their camps being, you know, hunted by the scorpion and popping out and them freaking out, trying to hide. Like, this thing is coming after me. What do I do? It's so rewarding to be able to like traumatize a whole new group of players in interesting ways.
Yeah, you guys have a lot to answer for making me kill the sweet caterpillars and the butterflies, and then also the horrendous night terrors I've had for the scorpions. So yeah, we'll talk afterwards. But speaking of foes and new enemies, I hear we have a new boss to look forward to as well. So can you tell me what this new boss is and why you guys are excited for players to take it on?
Happy to. So our new boss is a giant tarantula named Axel, who has gotten loose in the park. And this is what we're calling our first park boss. And, you know, in Grounded 1, there was these really cool backyard bosses, the brood mother, the mantis, and these were all, you know, really giant, terrifying foes. And so we knew we wanted to keep up that tradition. Yeah, look at this thing. It's terrifying. We wanted to keep up that tradition, but because now you're riding buggies, what's giant and terrifying and monstrous has to scale in proportion to that. And so we really wanted to nail that like primal feature creature terrifying experience for players. And again, it was just the clear first choice for us was we have to bring that fantasy of the tarantula to life. And that's where Axel was born.
And then we had to look at scale. I mean, like, it is, I don't even know if you can tell from the footage we just showed how immensely huge this is. So the character in that footage is riding around on its own orb weaver spider, and the orb weaver looks teeny tiny compared to the tarantula, because it's about like 3 times bigger than a wolf spider, which is one of the largest creatures in Grounded 1.
And I think it's about 16 times bigger than the player, so it's pretty massive.
It's massive. It's absolutely huge, and we think players will have a lot of fun with it. It's got its own arena. It's got its own like sort of like recipe and things that you've got to do in order to summon it and bring it in. But we think it's a pretty exciting boss.
Yeah, it looks huge and terrifying for sure. How did you guys land on the name Axel? That's so cute, for one. I'm guessing it's a pet tarantula as well.
Ay, Dios, yo pensé que es un evento así como, oigan chicos, miren, les mostramos la nueva roguelike y esas son... Uy, ya me quiero dormir. Quiero irme a dormir, quiero irme a descansar las 2 horitas que faltan.
Axel is actually a reference to Home Alone. In Home Alone, the older brother has a pet tarantula called Axel that gets loose. And so that's our little Easter egg.
I love that. I love that it makes sense in the world of Grounded 2, but also it's just a sick callback to real-world movies and stuff.
There's a couple of more Home Alone references in the game, so around Axel, so I can't wait to see if the community catches them all.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to this big boss Axel, because I would love to hear some tips from you guys about taking him on. I'm terrified already, and I'm hoping I don't have to do it alone. But yeah, do you have any tips for players on taking them down?
Well, I mean, with basically any adventure in Grounded, got to load up before, you got to prepare for whatever your adventure is going to be. You need to make sure you've got enough food and water and healing supplies, and then you're just going to have to go in and die a couple of times. Like, that's basically what's going to have to happen. He's got a lot of special attacks that are really cool, and you're just going to have to kind of learn that sequence, because there's also some stages to that boss fight as well. So once you've figured out the first one, you're going to have a couple of surprises for you. Figure out the second one, a couple of surprises for you. Hopefully it'll keep players entertained for a while. And when they finally beat it, there's a lot of goods on the horizon there. You know, you can, like with everything in Grounded, you ultimately murder it and then turn it into fashionable attire. And that's exactly what
You wear your
do.
trophies on your body. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make weapons and armor with that, maybe some furniture, right?
Yeah,
You want-
absolutely.
You want to upholster something with that, and that's exactly what you can do here.
My advice would be, whether you're playing single player or with your friends, to bring a friend. Go with your Orb Weaver buggy. You know, hey, if you want to take it on alone, go for it. Become the stuff of YouTube and Twitch legend. But if you want to, you know, try to survive, bring your Orb Weaver buggy. It will come in handy immensely. The fight was designed with that in mind, and we had a lot of fun figuring out, okay, what makes fighting a giant creature on another giant creature a fun and unique experience. So we really hope that the players will get a kick out of the Grounded style massive boss fight, but now on their own, you know, impressive buggy mounts.
Nice. I can't wait to try it myself and die multiple times, no doubt. Very good. And Parker, you mentioned that there's some, you know, obviously our favorite thing about Grounded is getting the loot. My favorite thing is going and analyzing everything, breaking it down. Can you tell us a little bit about the spoils that we can expect from the tarantula? Is there going to be some pieces in particular?
Aquí voy a dejar ya.
So,
Aquí
couple
tengo
that
sueño.
spring to
Que me
mind is
dormí.
there is an absolutely, as you would expect, massive bow that you can craft. It's sort of ridiculously large, but that's what makes it sort of charming, is that, like, you made it out of the biggest creature that's been in the yard so far, so it is ridiculously large. You can make yourself a new fancy chest to adorn your base that holds a little bit more stuff, as I recall
That's
correctly.
correct.
And is, of course, again, fashioned out of axle pieces. You can even make yourself a cool little throne. There's all
That's the
kinds
one
of
that
stuff you can do. So, yeah.
That's the one that I'm most in love with, and I can't wait to see how the community reacts to that, because it is a, you know, significantly impressive throne for a significantly impressive boss.
Yeah, big Spider King throne. That sounds great. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's fuzzy as well. The colors on it look so sick. I mean, I'm imagining your guys' offices are kind of just, do you just have tarantulas kind of like lying around, or any bugs and stuff? Like, that would be terrifying.
Our art director makes these massive, you know, mood boards whenever we have a new insect. It's just like a wall of terrors. And we're like, okay, which of these is the most interesting terror to bring to life? And so when we were working on Axel, it was just all of these different tarantulas, and we're looking at them going, I didn't even know tarantulas came in those colors.
Yeah. Your dreams must be haunted, but no. Also, on top of the new boss and the new tarantula, I hear we've got a new biome on the horizon as well for winter. Could you tell me a little bit about what we can expect to explore there?
Absolutely. For our winter update, we're going to be introducing our first new biome in the park. It's our garden biome. And what's really exciting about it is that the park allows us to explore areas that are really a good mix of human crafted, handcrafted areas, as well as the more natural, organic areas. And so the idea of a community garden was very appealing for exactly that reason. And so we get to see, you know, our pumpkin patch or a vegetable garden or a greenhouse. These all feel very organic and very wild and very grounded, but have this new layer to it of, no, this was carefully cultivated by humans to be laid out in a specific way. And so that gives us the opportunity to do things from a level design and experience design wise that couldn't be done in Grounded 1, can only be done because of the park. Chris, did you want to?
Yeah, no, 100%. You pretty much nailed everything there. I'm just super excited about running around amongst giant pumpkins. The greenhouse gives us the opportunity to make a very humid environment, which is something that we have not had before. I think we have with the vegetable garden, we're doing some interesting things there that almost turn it into sort of...
Chicos, yo los dejo, yo tengo mucho sueño, quiero descansar, o sea, se la pasan hablando pendejadas del juego, o sea, se supone que vas a un pinche evento para mostrar el juego, para mostrar todos los juegos que van a salir a lo largo de la temporada de agosto hasta septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre, si es que hay algún juego que va a salir en esas fechas. O sea, se supone que tienes que mostrar desde agosto hasta los finales de año. Y solo están hablando de un puto juego. Cosas que no nos interesan a nosotros nada de que, yo hice esto, yo hice lo otro, o sea, no, o sea... No, vaya flojera, así. Yo me voy. Descansen, tengan muy bonita mañana, bonito miércoles, pásenla chingón. Yo los veo de rato. Chao.